everybody, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. My name is Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we're going to look at the energy for the week. So let's get into it. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that things are moving well in your world. Happy September. This recording is for September 1st through the 7th. We just entered-ish into Virgo season and are kind of approaching a lot of new energies. Mercury also just went direct, and it's giving us some new insight, some new perspective around ways that we need to better connect with ourselves, better understand ourselves, better understand the dynamics that are going on in our environment with people, places, and things, so we can make the necessary adjustments accordingly. These messages are always timeless, so whenever you find them, yes, I am using, looking at the astrology during this time, but I believe that spirit really speaks to us in so many different ways. So if it resonates, definitely take what fits, leave the rest behind, especially when it doesn't. I also do personal readings, tarot, astrology, energy healings, and holistic wellness consultations, mind, body, soul healing. So if you would like me to look at your specific individual situation, definitely hit me up. All that information is in the description box below. We'll start off with this energy cleansing. Set the tone, set the vibe, cleanse out any heavier energies, low vibrational things that we just really want to remove, to overcome. It's also a really good time to set your own intention as well. If you would like spirit to deliver specific messages, answer specific questions, definitely bring those and be open to receive, and we'll get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure love and grace. I release anything that is not serving the highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, frustration, impatience, anger. Help us to release and let it go, to see the wisdom and messages clearly, and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. Okay, so this week is focused on new beginnings. We just moved into Virgo season, like I was talking about. Virgo is really nice in regards to its earth energy. It helps ground and stabilize, and Virgo rules the 6th house, which is all about our health, our wellness. There is this call right now to focus on the way we show up for ourselves, our self-love, our self-care, what that practice looks like, and making adjustments accordingly. Depending on where you're located in the world, we're ending the summer season where there's so much that accumulates. If you're ending the winter season, it's the same vein that we have to release, we have to let go, we have to kind of cleanse the slate in order to be ready and prepared for what's coming in. Those new intentions, those new desires that we are bringing in order to just make our life a little more full, rich, satisfying, and abundant. The beginning of the week, we have nice energy. We're having a new moon, beginning of the week, September 2nd, Monday, depending on where you are located. Eastern Standard Time, it is 9:55 p.m. So we have, again, depends where you're located. And this is actually the last new moon before the eclipse season ends. And like I mentioned, new moons are all about setting our intention, setting new goals, new ideas. It is a little bit of a messier time because there's a lot going on in the astrology that is distracting us, that's making us look more at the things that are not going right and feeling a little down and out about it, maybe even really struggling with how we are connecting with people, relationships in our environment. We're still having some past things resurface. Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto are all still in retrograde, and Saturn is actually a heavy influence on this new moon, which is really that working out of karma, forcing us to look at and learn the lessons. And it's not in this way of like bludgeoning you, like it can feel that like that 100%. It can totally feel like that. But I feel like Spirit's more just like, there's still a way to be tender and gentle with yourself. There's still a way to not overly judge or criticize, to give yourself love and grace, understanding, but also put in the work to change those things that need love and attention. Venus is square to Mars. She's also in opposition to Neptune and the North Node. So basically Venus, like, that's that part of us that would rather be down and out in our misery, woe is me, victim type mentality that we really have to be conscious around, because it can be this energy of really limiting where we need to kind of overcome. The beauty is there is a lot of air element in the astrology right now. So air element deals directly with our intellect, the way we think, communicate, process. And when it is a stronger energy, it allows us to communicate way more clearly and effectively what we're thinking, how we're feeling. We just came out of Mercury retrograde, so we might have a lot to say. And Mercury is in Leo right now. Leo loves to express itself. And I feel like there's a lot. There's a lot that you hope and desire for your life. And it really is showing through in the beginning of the week 100% as you are manifesting, focusing on what that looks like. I love that. The cards never lie. So a little bit of a struggle this week to receive opportunities that come your way. Resistance is what I'm hearing. It's coming from this space of like having to do everything yourself, feeling a lot of burden and responsibility, maybe not really trusting other partnerships, other collaborations, or just having really bad luck with those in the past. I'm hearing there is this energy of like almost this over scrutinization or over analyzation of what you should be doing better. And it's keeping you from these manifestations, right? It's keeping you from receiving something because you're just like, well, as soon as I do this, then I'll get it, or then I'll be prepared. And remembering that nothing is perfect, you know, I love this Four of Wands, especially in this deck. Like, I was like, we need to have fun. We need to kind of like let loose and enjoy life, enjoy the fruits of our labor. Last week, it was a little bit more of the energy of do the hard work first. And then as the week progresses, being able to quote unquote, let your hair down, right? And we're seeing that beginning of the week. It's like, okay, not everything has to be, you know, this constant, like I'm hearing like that robotic, like work, you know, like work hard to manifest, etc. It is a process. It is a journey, as cliche or cheesy as that might be. It's just true, right? We're not at our destination immediately. We evolve, we grow, we find new interests, new hobbies, new things that excite us. And this is all about enlivening this new phase, a new phase of your life that feels very heart honoring, very supportive. We have more support at the beginning of the week. Yes, there is still tension, but it's like we already know what we're dealing with. We have a better approach to how we're dealing with it, and we feel good for the most part. The places that we are overly criticizing or being too worried about what is being reshuffled in our life, what is being deconstructed, I'm hearing with the Tower. Because it's not a Tower moment for you in the way that it's coming out of left field. You feel pretty aware of this, and I'm hearing it is giving you a sense of freedom. But sometimes when we get so invested in our feelings or in what's not going right, that can overshadow, right? That can cloud the goodness, the happiness, the reasons to have fun and to celebrate. 11:11 on the clock. Spirit really wants us to validate ourselves, right? Confirm the places that you have overcome a lot. That is also the key to this manifestation. And, you know, overarching energy as this request energy, getting clear on what you want. Maybe you just know I want a better life, or I want to move away from some of this drama, this chaos. I want to be more abundant. I want to be happier in my relationships. However that fits for you, it's saying, okay, now you have that down pat. So now actually start requesting the specifics, requesting those things that you want to plug into your life in order to make it better. You know, I'm hearing like, it's like, you have the strength, you have the energy, now start building, right? I love this Fool energy because it's telling us to not be afraid. We have a clean slate. Yes, it might not be, something we're familiar with, a road that we've gone down before, so to speak. You know, we're showing up in a new way. But it's in a way that's actually like in alignment with this, with what you're drawing in, what you want, what you desire. And there still is some like trial and error. There still are some things that you do have to test out, see how it feels. I'm feeling like this Tower energy is very much in your past. This is something you're coming from. You already know the beast, yeah, as we've said. So the Emperor, he's been showing up a lot. Aries energy, divine masculine energy. Someone or something that, yes, enjoys having the upper hand, who enjoys being the one to kind of pick when and where they will, quote unquote, give their generosity to. And it has been you in the past. It has been you when you have done what they wanted you to do. And now it's shifting. And now this person is like kind of watching you walk away. They're watching you step into these new beginnings. It's a bitter pill for them to swallow. I think it's more of a Tower moment for them than it is for you, is what I'm hearing. Because there's something that they didn't expect, you know? It's like you're not even paying attention, right? You've got your eyes on the prize, on a different prize, I should say. Something that you find that fulfillment within yourself. It's not about them. Maybe you needed them once before. Maybe they wanted you to need them. And so they set up this dynamic where it was very much not give and take, them giving, them kind of lording over, etc. Queen of Swords energy. Looking at it from that diplomatic perspective. This is also someone who wants to reach out. Queen of Swords is Libra. It can be Gemini, Aquarius energy, but this is someone who wants to reach out about this person, about this situation, something of the past. You know them. You have connection. I feel like this person is also trying to manifest you. They're reevaluating their actions, how they behaved. Not really giving it the credit, the attention that was deserved. Also kind of seeing like the blessing that you were to them, right? That there was this level of lightness and happiness and fulfillment and endless potential is what I'm hearing. You brought this blessing, right? You brought this blessing. And I feel like someone's regretting that, or they're definitely, well, they're watching things change right in front of their face, right? And they're kind of regretting their decisions. And I feel like it's like, as you've been able to empower yourself, as you've been able to walk away from these situations that have been messy or required you to follow someone else's lead, someone else's command, that wasn't coming from a authentic, honest place, you actually are like, you know, you're standing in your own power now, right? This is something that, as painful as it was, you have overcome. And you're in this space as the week moves forward where you're able to handle the stickier situations easier and fluidly. It's not what it once was before. And I feel like this Queen of Swords energy is nervous of that. Yep. There's nervousness, emotional, King of Cups. There may have been a lot of people involved, or someone was just losing a lot of their emotions, having a really hard time kind of processing and keeping things grounded. The nice thing about being in Virgo season is that we have a little bit, obviously, more of that earth energy. And as the week moves on, it is a little bit more prominent because we have that new moon in Virgo. But some of these messier dynamics, right? Some of these tower moments that we are dealing with are forcing us to find our grounding and stability, making sure that you are connecting with yourself. And from that space that you're making choices, making decisions that honor what you want moving forward. You've been sensing something coming in. I feel like you've been sensing some of these interactions. You might even be like running into people in random places, or, you know, just like picking up on their energy is what I'm hearing. I feel like you're trying to decipher what it's all about. Yeah, but it's the snakes in the grass is what I'm hearing. So be really conscious and mindful again. Yeah, all these people, of people wanting something from you and what they want from you and why. Because a lot of this is past energies. A lot of this is about clearing out, like I was saying at the very beginning, kind of clearing that slate for this new cycle that we're starting, especially as Pluto moves into Aquarius. It's in Capricorn right now in retrograde. And so again, it's like we're doing this last little tidbit of work. Virgo energy is Hermit energy, or the Hermit is Virgo energy. Yeah, so this Queen of Pentacles is coming in. There is this offer, trying to find out options or ways to move forward. But this is also someone who has a specific agenda. I feel like this conversation might be, or it might feel a little offensive. It might be a little bit personal. I feel like this person is being a little bit smug, maybe kind of putting your weaknesses back in your face, challenging you, not taking accountability. It is forcing you to reevaluate some painful things is what I'm hearing. Things that you are bringing you back to that place we were talking about like criticism and judging and shame. It's going to require you to really listen to what your heart is saying, you know, remembering that we're humans, we make mistakes, and it really is about our heart, right? Like, what's your intention? What's your motivation behind it? And I feel like when we can get clear around that, even if like maybe our intentions aren't that great, still be honest, be authentic with yourself, and try to commit to healing to that part of you. That's all it's about. Because what I don't like about this Queen of Pentacles energy is it has a lot of ulterior motives. It has a lot of me first motives. And it's something that has to go in a way that suits them, right? They want the conversation to look a certain way in order to kind of give this quote unquote gift to you. I feel like you've been feeling this for quite some time. Like, you've been sensing that this is going to be coming up. And that's why Spirit's saying, like, you really have to know what you want to invest in, what you want to plant your time, energy into, and if it's worth it. If it's worth it. Let's see. Is there anything collective needs to... Okay. Yeah, this is a lot of like their own... Okay. Like something getting the best. Yeah, like I feel like you're receiving a lot of someone else's backlash. You're receiving someone else like kind of just being like overly emotional about things. And again, like I said, they kind of want you to bend to their will is what I'm seeing. So this is midweek energy. Be really conscious, mindful. I also do daily collective readings. So definitely check out midweek if this resonates for you. It's not providing a lot of options. I don't know, like someone is being very limited, and it's coming out of, like, it's not coming from a place of like clear understanding. Like, I feel like someone's being overly emotional, way too in their head. Something has offended them and they don't want to like acknowledge their end of it, or they're trying to project it all onto you. And it's going to force you, like I said, to stay strong in yourself. And, you know, in the astrology, I didn't really touch on it, but we do have more tension midweek. It is a little bit messier dynamics. And it is this push or pull. I'm bringing the chart back up. Between like our ego, our emotions, and how we're receiving our abundance. I feel like for some of you, something might kind of bottom out, something that you were banking on, that you thought was going to be a better fit, and it's just not panning out that way. Or someone's giving you like a lowball offer or something along those lines is what I'm hearing. And it's really making you reevaluate the relationship, the situation. It's hard because I feel like you were counting on this, or counting on this person, or maybe you thought everything was great and it's just not. It's changing the trajectory, especially around feeling like supported financially, emotionally, in abundance. It's forcing you in a different direction, but I also keep hearing it's like a blessing in disguise, and not as a way to cop out, but I feel like this is something that's been a long time coming. Someone doesn't like, either they're jealous of you, or it feels like jealousy. It feels like jealousy and kind of like immature emotions, right? And not downgrading anybody, so to speak, but it just feels like someone who's not seeing it clearly and letting their fears, their worst case scenarios, get the best of them. And as I'm saying this really aligns with the way the astrology is playing out for the new moon. even though this week might be a little bit rough midweek, you are feeling calm and peaceful at the end of it, right? So we're getting Knight of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So you're kind of in this like very fire energy, which I love. Because Knight of Wands is like, okay, grabs the bull by the horns and like makes things happen, right? So even if something messy does happen, right? Even if you have to deal with someone or something that doesn't work out right, you're at this point where it's like, I know it's going to be okay. I know it's going to be okay. And I know there are other opportunities for me, and I know that I can tap into that and make something out of it. You're feeling, yeah, because it's complete Ace of Pentacles, bottom of the deck. It is a completely reshuffle. But like I said, I do feel like this is going to require a lot of faith and trust in the universe. Yes, you do have to put action steps behind it. That's where some of the rub is going to be, because it feels a little bit like no matter what you do, you're not seeing the results that you want. But that's a very short-lived energy. Yeah, okay, Queen of Cups. So really kind of tuning into. I think that's hard for you at the end of the week, because Knight of Wands just like wants to like make a plan and make it happen, where Queen of Cups is able to more sense into the energy and not waste energy, if that makes sense, right? Like instead of like trying 50 options, she can kind of feel out which ones are the best and might just look at 5. And that's kind of where the disconnect is. So try not to make yourself run yourself too ragged is what I'm hearing. Yeah, okay, so there's King and Queen of Cups. But here's the thing, it's also Spirit laying the groundwork for something that you have been sensing. Do we still have her? Uh-oh, I think I put her back. We had that High Priestess energy, so it's like something you've been sensing. You know it's coming in, but I feel like you get a little bit of a mess or a tower moment before it actually happens. And that's where that trust component comes in. You do have to put yourself out there a little bit more this week. Lots of people at the end of the week. So you are going to have a lot of opportunities heading your way. You just have to be able to, again, like I was saying, double confirmation, sense through what is worth your time and your energy. Remembering, I love this, I always do my best. Doing my best means perseverance and discipline. When I want to change my life, I take action. With regular practice, I can master anything. So it's this value of really just like, it's all gonna be okay. Yes, like I said, we have to be proactive. We have to be willing to not let some of the heaviness, the negativity that is manifesting this week completely push us down to the point that like we're getting too emotional or we can't take action where need be. I don't believe people's stories, right? We are going to have to kind of defend ourselves. Every story a person tells is altered by their own ideas. I educate my mind to sense the truthful words. This way I can connect with the real story of other beings. And I feel like that's so true. You know, it's like we have to remember that people, when they're talking about something or relaying something, it's through their own lens, it's through their own perspective. And especially when it comes into conversations like we're seeing with the Queen of Pentacles this week, where it's like, that's their version of you. You also have to be strong enough to know who you are and honor that before you're listening to someone else's version or interpretation of you. Because again, it's coming through or from their lens, right? Yes, be honest with yourself, obviously, like within reason, be honest. If you are doing something shitty, just like be honest about that, at least with yourself. and try not to do it again. But, you know, we also don't want to take on other people's projections, because at the end of the week, we are going to need to dive into this energy of not limiting ourselves. Believing my own story drives me to a confused life. Okay. My ego forces me in a subtle way to learn things that may not be the truth. When I doubt what I have learned, I create truth within myself. So I'm hearing this as just like a double confirmation of not believing other people's versions of events, especially when it does kind of connect with our karma or our ego, right? Those false beliefs that we have about, you know, whatever, you know, like our challenges, our struggles, our places of weaknesses, where we make mistakes, etc. That's where that, again, full circle, that judgment, criticism, shame comes in, and it really blocks us from making the right steps in the right way. Spirit's basically saying, like, I have exactly what you want, but you need to be open to receive it. And sometimes when we have to move through difficult situations, tower moments, people who question us, who challenge those things that trigger how we feel about ourselves inside, you know, it's an opportunity to let go. It's an opportunity to move on. It's an opportunity to say, like, okay, if this is not for me, then I'm asking for what is. Rejection is redirection. Remember, it's short-lived. It's just this week. Thank God. It's going to make you like a lot stronger as well through the process. And I'm here for you if you need anything. So I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. If you did, definitely drop comments below. I hope it helps just give a little insight, guidance, direction. I also love to connect, to share, and a little love and support. Thank you for all the love and support you bring to the channel. Sending lots of love and blessings your way.